What's up, y'all? It's your boy Dirt Riffs, and you're watching the Dirty Death Podcast. I'm here with my heterosexual life partner himself.
Mr. Mayvizzle, and man, I fucking randy tonight? Am I greased up?
Are you feeling randy, baby?
Yeah. Are you randy?
Are you feeling randy?
Do I make you horny, baby? Do I make you randy?
Oh
Yeah.
God!
That's how I'm feeling
Austin
tonight.
Powers impersonations?
I'm
Check.
feeling excited. I'm feeling fucking like $1 million. And I gotta tell you, and I'm just gonna get this out the way right now. I feel fucking very excited because we haven't done this in a long time.
It's been a minute.
Um, yeah, we really haven't done this in a long time. It's fucking been I want to say over a month. Um, I miss you, man. I love you, Dirt Riffs. Fucking, you're the man. We've been hanging out for a long time, and we haven't done this in a while because I've been very busy
Yeah.
lately, and mainly it's work. It's financial. Like I don't want to get too much into my personal life, but it's a slower season of the year, and I really just kind of when the slow season happens, I do the best, but it's because I really grind super hard and I'm always
Right.
out in the field and I don't have time for this. Um, but I wanted to make time for this tonight and we missed a couple episodes and we're back. And there's so much that has happened in death metal since the last time we got together. So I'm glad we have
Tons.
a whole stacked up freaking you know, amount of things to go over today. A bunch of major albums that have been released. We
Oh
have
yeah.
a lot of underground stuff that might be going under the radar that people need to be aware of. So I'm pumped that we can get here tonight and talk about it. And another reason I'm insanely pumped is that I'm actually going tomorrow to go. I'm going to Phoenix, Arizona to go meet Fluids of Death in real life. Like I'm going
Fucking yay.
I'm going down there. I'm a fucking lamb to the slaughter. I am going down there and if you don't hear from me, Dirt Riffs, I just want to tell you, look out for me on the next Fluids album cover
Check
because
all the Fluids album covers. Check all the milk cartons. Check
yeah.
check your local ditches.
You check the Arizona desert. I'm gonna be who was that chick that went missing? Wasn't it like Gabby Petito? She went
I don't
missing in
know.
Arizona, right? The one that you don't remember that her like
I
boyfriend killed
don't.
her in the desert. You don't remember, dude? It was all
That
over the
sounds like a
news.
death metal song.
Gabby Petito and make a song called Petito for Flesh Seller, your band. That'd be hard.
That would be hard.
No, but no, yeah, no. You don't know about Gabby Petito? That's crazy. But
No.
anyways, yeah, no, I'm heading out there off the success of the Fluids Mayvizzle album that came out. If anybody
Yes.
hasn't heard it yet, you go check that out on Spotify. Those guys.
Congratulations, by the way. We haven't really like hung out since that release or anything. So I just wanted to say I've said it before, but cheers, bro. Congratulations on that again. It's a banger, dude.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Shit slaps.
I had a lot of fun recording it. Like I hadn't made hip hop in years, and those guys hit me up and said, hey, do you want to do the single? After I hadn't been able to get a hold of them for a long time, I had been reaching out to them trying to get them for that interview, and it happened hand in hand. Do you want to do the single? And you want to do this interview? And it ended up turning into a full length album of me saying ridiculous things, and it was literally my only direction. Like when I wrote that whole album was like write the most like you know the nastiest stuff you
Perturbed
could think of.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I was like, I think I could do that, and it turned into a whole thing, and now I'm naked on Night Shift merch, and you could go to www.nightshiftmerch.com. I'm sponsored by the guys, and you can buy a T-shirt with me butt naked on the front of it. So
Hell yeah.
yeah,
Hell yeah.
enjoy.
I really
Um,
liked the other one they did too with the like cartoon
Oh,
on the front.
so I actually commissioned that. That was Johnny Ryan. So
Okay.
Johnny Ryan does a bunch of politically incorrect art, and the guy used to work for like Nickelodeon on a couple shows, and he's been around for a long time. And he has a Patreon. You can go check him out on patreon.com/ I think it's Johnny Ryan 1 or something. But the guy writes books, and I bought this book from him a year and a half ago called Porn Basket, and it's just a freaking book of the most obscene, like funny cartoons. Because he takes lead from Mike Diana. I feel like Mike Diana is the original guy that did that kind of stuff, and he actually went to jail. In I think it was the late 80s or early 90s. He went to jail for a comic book that he wrote called Boiled Angel. And he was the first artist to do that. And all he did was just write a, stupid, goofy comic that was totally obscene, and sold it. And they said that this is, I forgot what they called it, but they tried to say it was like the equivalent of like indecent exposure, but in art.
Yeah.
So
What the fuck?
yeah, so Johnny Ryan does like things in the similar vein, and I saw some funny pictures from him. Like I wasn't like, oh, I want some nasty stuff. I actually just saw a funny picture that he drew, and I was like, oh, that's funny, and that's kind of messed up. And I was like, you know what? I want to buy this book. It sounds funny. So I bought the book, and it's like a really cool hardbound book, and it's got all these filthy pictures in it that he drew. And they're just so like, ugh, like that's so bad.
Just fucking random crazy shit.
Yeah, it's just bad, and it's hilarious. Like I wouldn't show my nephew, but like it's as an adult that can appreciate that kind of humor. It's kind of funny. And
Yeah.
I reached out to him and I told him, I said, hey, can you draw this? Because it's funny, I reached out to a couple other artists, and I didn't think Johnny Ryan would do it because he's high profile, bro. And
Right.
I reached out to a couple people, and they were like, no. Like there was one artist, I won't name who it was, because I love his art, and I want to work with him in the future too. But he was like, I don't do that kind of stuff anymore. Like I do more serious stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I asked somebody else, and they're like, no, I'm okay. And then when I asked Johnny Ryan, he was like, I love it. I love that concept. I'm gonna do it. And he drew
Of course.
it up, and he did it for a fair price. And yeah, it was awesome, man. And when I sent it over to the Fluids guys, I was like, hey, like I have this idea. What do you want to do with it? And they were like, just send it to us. And next thing you know, it's on Night Shift merch. Because that's the thing about working with Fluids. Like, I don't know if like I think I probably have said it before, but it's like I get a message, they say do this, and I do it, and I'm just like, okay, like that's pretty much how it is. I get the direction, and I follow through with it, and then I go, do you guys like it? And they'll just say like, okay, and that's pretty much it or not. Like I know right away. So it's pretty dope. Like it's really, I mean, I'm never going to turn down the offer to work with them,
Right.
especially like, my journey, like listening to them and how they used to scare the shit out of me. And now
And Picarist is really it's super unique, dude.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's very, very unique. Like honestly, I was bumping that shit today. I was like, man, I need something that like
you were?
slaps. Yeah. And it's like one of my favorite things to just like turn on full blast and then turn the bass up real nice and then fucking pull the windows down.
So that
everybody so that everybody's got to hear it too.
Yeah, I can't play that. I listen. I remember when I was recording it, every time I would finish a track, I would play it because I'd do the car test, but I was doing it in my work car, and I was like, I can't get seen in the company vehicle listening to this, so I would turn it down super low, and I'd be like, oh my god, like I hope nobody heard this because it's just so obscene. But it was funny, man. It was a really interesting project, and I'm glad that some people get joy out of it. I've gotten all sorts of different messages about it. I've gotten, like people telling me this is stupid. This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, why are you doing this? And
that means you did something right.
Yeah, I got 1-star reviews and people, bashing on it. And then I have people that are like, haha, funny pee-pee joke. And like they like say that, give it 5 stars. So I'm like,
yes, the pee-pee joke wins.
I made art. Like,
yeah.
I made art. I don't know if I did it with
made art.
Yeah. But
that's fucking awesome.
People heard it, and that's the ultimate goal in this world.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, man, I'm super pumped because I'm gonna finally meet these cats, and very excited to pick their brains, and I'm probably not gonna be able to speak on anything that happens during this visit, but it's gonna be interesting to like go out there and meet them. Something else I was gonna say, that is massive, and we got to talk about mail. I don't know where we start. Like, we didn't even come into this episode today with an agenda or anything,
Right.
and I'm kind of rambling, but it's like, what are we gonna dive into first? Are we gonna dive into like, all right, here's what I'm gonna say. Let's dive into this one right here before we do anything else. Before we talk about shows, before we talk about mail, two very big albums have come out since this last time that we
The great debate.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
great
I want to
debate.
I want to have this.
Okay, yeah, I've actually been very interested in this because I don't want to say I have a different standpoint on it now, but I have a more educated standpoint. I have a more educated standpoint at this point.
So, Dying Fetus came out with their album. What was it? Make Them Beg for Death.
Make Them Beg for Death.
So Dying Fetus came out
Banger.
with their album, and Cannibal Corpse came out with the new album.
Chaos Horrific.
Yeah, Chaos Horrific. So we had two major, like the biggest bands in death metal scene. Probably these are the most prolific bands that have released something. I mean, we've had some big releases this year. But
when you bring up death metal, even to somebody who doesn't really know what death metal necessarily entails, you could bring up those two names and they'll be, oh, I've heard of that name before.
And I will tell you this, that Cannibal Corpse reigns supreme because, okay, the Dying Fetus album was very good. It was very groovy.
Very groovy.
It was probably their best album they've done in a while. It was better than Wrong One to Fuck With. I like it more than that album. I like it better than, was that their last one? No, they had another
I think the last one was Reign Supreme, but I like Reign Supreme.
It was good, but I like this new one more than the last one. I like the artwork. I like the grooves on it. I like the way they wrote the songs. It was creative. Like, it was like just I didn't think Dying Fetus could get fresher than they had, like with their latest releases, and I feel like they really dug in there. But on the other hand, I said the same exact thing about Cannibal Corpse with their last album that came out, Violence Unimagined, and I thought that album was okay. It was
good.
It was okay. The hits, and I noticed they kind of do this. They always put out track 3 and 4 as their first two singles, and then like the rest of the album is the album. And I like that. I like that bands do that. When you put out like 2 tracks that are like in the beginning as your singles, because then it's not like, oh, I'm going to listen to this and then the single comes on. Like when Undeath got tired for me because that one song Necrobionics was like in the middle of the album. And I felt like, oh, okay, here's a single. And then I'm like, new stuff. Oh, here's another single, new stuff. Album's over. Like, I like how they do that pacing where it's like, okay, these are the 2 singles. And I try not to listen to singles too much anymore now. Like, I'll listen to it once and be like, ooh, this is going to be a badass album. And then I put it down. But
because you don't want to ruin it before you hear the whole thing.
That's what I did with Undeath, and that's why it's.
And I've done that plenty of times. It happens. I mean, I get past it most of the time, but see, here was my thing with the whole Cannibal Dying Fetus thing. And I told you about this too, because I had this conversation with the guy I jam with, the guitarist for the band I'm in. We all knew that Cannibal Corpse and Dying Fetus would never put out a bad record. Even their worst record is dope. Even their bad stuff. I can't even call it bad stuff. We all knew what they were going to do was going to be awesome, right? So when they did it and it was awesome, I mean, I was just like, okay. I mean, I knew this was going to be awesome. My thing is I listened to more Dying Fetus than I listened to Cannibal Corpse.
Okay, wait, no. You can't.
But okay, so here's the thing though. Now I would say when it comes to those 2 records, I listen to Chaos Horrific just as much as I listen to Make Them Beg for Death. And here's my reasoning. Chaos Horrific and Violence Unimagined are both great records, right?
Yeah.
Violence Unimagined, I think if you listen to the whole record as a whole, it was the introduction to Eric Rutan being part of Cannibal Corpse as the guitarist full time. So I feel like there was a lot of stuff on display for him. Chaos Horrific, to me, is 100% old school Cannibal worship.
But keep going.
It's old school cannibal worship. It reminds me of Butchered at Birth. It reminds me of Tomb of the Mutilated, but with Corpse Grinder.
Okay.
It's got all the old school. They pull all the old school stops that Barnes era cannibal would do. You know what I mean?
Okay, I gotta go one step further though, because Eric Rutan went off on this album, and he took the things that made those other albums great, like all of the Cannibal Corpse albums, and incorporated it. I heard riffs that were similar to Scourge of Iron, which is clearly Cannibal Corpse's biggest banger and one of their craziest songs they do live. And
first song I played live, by the way.
There were Mormons. There were moments of that in Mormons Ran. But no, there were moments of that. No, there were moments of that. I have nothing against Mormons. They're lovely people.
I just pictured a bunch of Mormons just hearing Scourge of Iron and like take off running.
But no, like you know, like that's funny. But yeah, no, I have nothing against Mormons. But I will say there were moments in that album that are like, oh, this is a nod to this. This is a nod to this. I understood Corpse Grinder on this album with what he was saying. Like, I didn't have to read Corpse Grinder's lyrics. There was one song on the album that was just it cracked me up because it was talking about human trafficking. And it was like kidnapped as a victim, as a child, they kept you. And I was like, is he talking about like QAnon right now? Like,
I feel like he was. Yeah. I feel like that was like probably the most like actually realistic, relevant thing that Cannibal Corpse, like, and not like lyrically, I guess.
Well, you know what I mean? Funny because he brought it up and then he's like, get revenge. And then he's talking about like this person that got kidnapped and they get revenge on everybody. And like lyrically, the themes were not ridiculous. Like, what was it that like Cannibal Corpse had a song called like Followed Home and Killed, or you know what I mean? Like they always have like songs. And this was an album that I know Chris Barnes couldn't write.
No.
And it was actually like dope. Like that's what I liked about it. I was like, man, this is cool. Like I actually want to read on Violence Unimagined. To be honest, I liked the album. It was good, and I gave it nothing but praise. I didn't have anything negative to really say about it, but I didn't, compared to this album, I didn't go back and want to read the lyrics. And I think that's something that's really cool about death metal bands is like when you want to sit there and you want to nerd out and read the lyrics and play back the song and be like, what's the guy saying? And this is the first album that has really captured me like that in a while. Right. And that's what I liked about it. Like I really got to nerd out with this one. I got to enjoy it. I got the record. I mean, I pre-ordered it before, I even heard anything from it. I got
probably before the tour even started.
I got the cassette. I got the hat. I missed the damn tour, and because I'm financially in a not good situation, my dumbass. I'll tell you this: I went to a Niner game, and
why?
Because I'm a huge football fan. Like I never really talk about football because people don't want to hear about it.
But, to each his own.
I was like, I'd never been to a Niner game over here. Like I went when I was like little, and I was like, you know what? I want to go to a game. Yeah. And
I saw him once.
The amount of money I spent on that game, though, I could have gone to every fucking show for the next year. You know? Like 2 years, 3 years, I could have gotten fucking VIP passes to fucking touch Corpse Grinder's neck. Like
take a picture with Corpse Grinder's neck. It's all a cardboard cutout. You're his neck.
Yeah, you could be his neck. It's just his neck.
You just put your face in the hole.
That's great. We need to make one of those.
Corpse Grinder's neck.
If we ever have a Dirty Death studio, like we need to like get a Corpse Grinder cut out
and put the face where the neck goes.
That would just be hilarious.
So on the note of Cannibal Corpse, I will say that was, out of the 3 times I've seen them now, my favorite Cannibal Corpse set.
Oh, dude, don't.
The moment they started playing, I realized why I was there. Yeah. Because there was a moment where, because as you know, I'm going to Wrecking Ball. So I was like really sticking to my guns on what shows I was missing out on and what I could go to. just to save money.
Yeah.
So I wasn't going to go to Cannibal. I was like, I've seen him a million times, or at least twice. I know what to expect. I wasn't too big on seeing Mayhem. Gore Guts would be cool. Blood Incantation would be cool, but I could have lived without it,
Yeah.
But I bought the ticket because I had the extra $40. I showed up. Blood Incantation was awesome. Gore Guts was fucking killer. And not gonna lie, I think I like seeing black metal bands live over seeing death metal bands now.
Okay.
But But let me just say this: Cannibal Corpse, best set of I've ever seen them play. Scourge of Iron was the first song they played, and the second that started, I looked at my buddy and I was like, "Can't they just play this for the next the whole set? Like, can they just play Scourge of Iron the whole time?"
Yeah.
So fucking good, dude. Such a great
song
set.
is dun 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 dun.
It was like instant. I was like, now I know.
I don't even know what Corpse Grinder says, but he's like, yeah, like it's like,
that is like that's so that meme that's been going around where people are like, dudes will see this and just be like, hell yeah. Like
Corpse Grinder.
That's that song. That's Scourge of Iron. You hear Scourge of Iron and you just are like, hell yeah.
That is the best one of the best death metal songs ever written, ever.
It's easily, I would say, in my opinion, in the top 3 of Cannibal Corpse songs.
And I'll tell you, that song, it's if you took that song and you made a whole band out of that song, it would be Frozen Soul.
Agreed.
Because that, like, literally that is like that Frozen Soul sound. So if you if you're late to the party, everybody listening to this right now or watching this right now on YouTube, if you haven't listened to Frozen Soul but you do know Scourge of Iron, you should go listen to Frozen Soul. And everybody knows who Frozen Soul is at this point. I mean, they fucking toured with everybody, but
they put out a new record this year too,
and it sounds like Scourge of Iron. Like
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I saw there was a lot of mixed reviews on it. I don't think we even talked about it, but I did see there was a lot of mixed reviews about it online.
Oh, anybody who disliked that album what I can do is I will present my left nut for them, because that Frozen Soul album was so good. It was
it's
good.
So if you thought Crypt of Ice was Bolt Thrower worship, you were probably wrong, because Glacial Domination is Bolt Thrower worship.
Better than Bolt Thrower.
I love that record.
They did everything that you need to do to be a good band. Like everything that makes metal. You don't. They made death metal for people that aren't even fans of death metal to get down to, and that's what I like about them. Like, you look at Glacial Domination. That's one of the best written songs that I've heard in the last 5 years.
Oh, dude, I love it. It's one of my favorite ones.
Top 5. That's one of the best just guitar riffs that I've ever heard, combined with the vocals. And I just, I don't know. I picture like when I hear Chad on there, I picture like a fucking, if I hadn't known what he looks like, I mean, I picture him now, but like listening to him, and like if you hadn't seen him, you'd picture like some fucking like Ice King demon guy fucking singing that shit.
Like fucking He-Man covered in ice.
Yeah, like Glacial Domination. That shit's so sick, dude.
Dude, so many good. I mean, I'm just gonna say it now. 2023, I think, has been a really fucking cool year for death metal already.
Yeah.
I mean, I say already. We're in October now, but I mean, the year's not over, and we've gotten plenty of good releases this year.
I'll tell you this though. I think it's a rough year though for labels, and I want to speak for the labels because I've been seeing a lot of really big, like high profile releases. I've been seeing a lot of some of the dopest shit I've heard this year has been from like, I mean, I get the label releases, like they're putting out bands that they've been putting out over the last couple of years.
Right.
But I don't see a lot of like really new stuff this year. Like as the abundance of, I mean, I have seen new stuff, but I haven't seen the abundance that I have seen from previous like years. Like I remember last year, like Life After Death was putting out band after band after band, and there was shit I had never even heard of, and I'm just like, okay. And then like Frozen Soul was picking up, or Frozen Screams was picking up fucking crazy different bands, Gurgling Gore, like all these labels were putting out things I had never heard of.
Yeah.
And this year I feel like a lot of the labels, I don't know if like the sales have gone down, or like, or people just aren't collecting as much death metal as they were before, but I've been hearing a lot of stuff on Bandcamp. Like some of the dopest things I've heard this year are on Bandcamp and not on labels. And I've been getting these sent to me. Like there are bands that are getting together, putting out demos, getting the artwork, doing all this, and not getting picked up. And then they'll get picked up like randomly like 2 months later by like a label. And you know who's fucking, and maybe it's just because I met our good friend in the group chat, Seed Murda.
Mm-hmm.
But big shout out to you, Justin, Seed Murda, fucking, because he is literally, cheers to you, my friend. He is literally out there hunting like some of the dopest fucking death metal that I've heard this year. And
yeah, he has sent me some pretty dope shit too.
Oh, dude, if you need, like, he needs to run his own label.
So, speaking of labels, I put in the group chat about Stygian Black Hand. Have you heard of that? You've heard of them, right?
Yes.
I got my Porphyrion tape. But the cool thing is, they sent it to me, the one I ordered, because they had sent me the wrong tape originally.
Yeah.
Dude, that tape that they sent me originally, have you heard Beast God?
No.
Oh my God.
You ended up liking it more
than
Oh my
Porphyrion? God. Oh my God, dude. It was like 9 minutes long and fucking insane, dude. Like, it's black metal.
That. You got to send it to me. Yeah,
that's what I was saying, though. Like, after I saw Mayhem, I kind of just felt like, so death metal, I'm death metal through and through. I love it. It's my thing. I'll always be listening to that. If I'm listening to metal, it's probably death metal or, some other shit that everybody listens to.
Yeah.
But when it comes to seeing a live show, dude, every black metal band I've seen has been fucking amazing.
Did you see Black Braid this year?
I did not. Were they good?
Dude, Black Braid made that fucking night. Like, I saw 200 Stab Wounds, and the only reason I like really like them was because I know the album so well and I had listened to it. It was like my anthem this year at the beginning of the year. Skin Milk and like those songs. But when Black Braid played, oh my God, they fucking came out. It felt like what it must have felt like to see Mayhem back when they had Dead and Euronymous, because they came out, the sound check happened, the lights just go completely black, and it hadn't happened for any other fucking band. Like all the other bands, you have like the guys jamming out for a second before they come out, and like, 200 Stab Wounds, they did their whole sound check, so they just come out and they're strumming a couple riffs, and they're like, all right, time to go, and the fucking lights like kind of dim. But with Black Braid, like, somebody did their sound check, and then next thing you know, a red light shoots from behind them, like on them, and you can't see any of their faces. And their lead singer, bro, he's like this tall, skinny Native American dude with long ass hair. And like, they're all wearing, like, they have their armor and like their shit on or whatever.
That's what I'm saying.
And he's on the microphone. He's holding it just like fucking like, and you couldn't see his face, but you could see it was painted, and like it was so creepy and badass. And it was my nephew, that was the show I went to. It was my nephew's first death metal show ever, and he was so like anxious like for this show to start. He was like, dude, it feels like these 5 minutes are taking forever for like the first band to start. And then all of a sudden it started, and there was nothing
blown away
joy on his face. And I was just like
just equally as surprised.
That was,
dude, I'm telling you, man, like every black metal band I've seen has been like that for me. I did not expect that. I knew Mayhem was going to have a big turnout because there's a lot of people who like them.
Yeah.
But I personally was never a huge fan. I like some of it, different spurts of Mayhem,
Well, it's kind of like seeing Sepultura right now. It's like, you're not, or like seeing, what's it called? Devourment now. It's like, well, you're not seeing Devourment. You're not seeing Sepultura. Like, you're seeing the band. They're playing the songs, but you're not seeing that, like, the thing that made them who they were. And
Right.
and I'm not taking anything away from the artists. I'm just saying, like, that's like, you know, the feeling that you kind of get where, or like, all right, here, I'll give you my biggest example. I saw Drowning Pool, you know,
Okay.
and Drowning Pool didn't have the original singer. Like, it had somebody to, it's like seeing Sublime with Rome, you know. It's like,
Yeah.
you're seeing somebody that, you know, doesn't have the original lineup, or like something different, you know, something happened, and I get it, and it's still awesome. Like, I was super pumped to see Cannibal Corpse and Mayhem on the same fucking I'm so pissed. I'm kicking myself in the ass that I missed that show.
That was killer.
Yeah, Blood Incantation I wasn't disappointed about not seeing, because I had and you know what? And I'll for 30 seconds, I'll fucking tangent real quick. But I heard the new Blood Incantation, and I fucking listened to it, and I did everything that I could to not like it. But
it's great.
It was good. It was fucking badass.
For 2 songs, it's pretty fucking dope.
It's probably the most badass shit they've done. It was probably better than Hidden History of Human Race.
I'm just glad they did exactly what I'm going to say it right now so that everyone knows. They did exactly what I said I thought they were going to do.
Yeah. So it was
they did
badass.
Exactly that.
Okay.
And it was badass.
But back on the route of, you know, so I saw them and they were okay live. They didn't have the pit going that crazy. It was at the Obituary show. Ingrown was fucking energy. Blood Incantation was, this next song is called Slave Species to the Gods, and God. And I'm like, you know, and then fucking some guy was recording, and he fucking pointed at the fucking guy, and he said, everybody in here is cool except for that fucking loser. And I was like, what a piece of shit. I couldn't believe he did that.
That's crazy. I've seen that happen before with that same guy.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. He didn't say that. I said that because you told me that story.
I did tell you that story.
Yeah.
Yes,
but yeah.
Very nice guy. Very nice guy though.
Yeah, and they were cool. No, you know, they were dope, and you know, it was a good show. But then Gorguts is a band that, I mean, fuck, whenever there's a band coming from overseas, I'm like, I have to see that band. And like when Fulci came, I had to see them. Party Cannon's gonna be here. I'm gonna have to see them next week. I'm actually gonna message Chris Ryan next week and be like, hey, help a brother out. Like, I'm hurting right now. Can you get me in your show? Because I want to party with the Cannon, and I can't do that many push-ups because I'm fat. But let me go to your show. So I'm gonna try to go to see Party Cannon. They're playing Partied in Half and Fool on this.
Isn't that with Inoculation?
Inoculation's gonna be there. So
I think so.
You can get your vaccine too for winter time. That's awesome, man. I love these pro-vax bands. Like, that's fucking awesome, man. You know, it was a really big what's it called? I'm not even gonna bullshit and continue. Okay, so anyways, all right. Cannibal Corpse was better than Dying Fetus.
For me, I won't say one is better than the other. I'll say both are equally 10 out of 10s.
So we have a 1-1, and then we have a 1-0 over here. So the winner by default is Cannibal Corpse because when the judges,
it was really good. Yeah. It was really good. I will say I had one gripe, and the song Chaos Horrific wasn't my favorite one.
It's about zombies. I mean, what are you gonna do? All right, fucking dirt riffs. You're right. Okay.
It just wasn't lyrically my favorite. Not lyrically even. It was it was very verse chorus, and it was like super obvious.
2008. That song would have been fucking badass because everybody
you're right.
Zombies.
Yeah.
The Walking Dead
you're right.
Just come out.
You're right.
Rick
Grimes. I would say my favorite one is like the end track, Drain You Empty. I forget what the other one's called. It starts with a V. I don't remember, but that one's really good too. I post it a lot. I'm an idiot. I fucking post everything I listen to, whether it gets me fucking, shame or not.
Yeah, you're like listening to fucking Papa Roach. You were the person who got Papa Roach over that 1 billionth play, right?
Yeah, that
Last
was me
resort.
actually.
I knew
They
you were
actually
gonna
sent me a personalized plaque that said "You are the one."
Yeah, you're a real
But it was
death
weird.
metal.
They sent the plaque in pieces. Like I had to put it back together or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
because
It
it
was weird.
was your last resort.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I had to do
That's
what I had
so
to do.
crazy. Yeah, that's how I
Yeah.
know you listen to death metal, and everybody listening to this or watching this on YouTube, if you are listening to this or watching this, you know this is a real death metal hosted podcast because Dirt Riff's here, the host of the show. He fucking listens to Papa Roach, and he can name 3 songs by Papa Roach.
Yeah. Pa, Pa, and Roach.
Yep.
That's 3 songs.
Pa,
I'm pretty sure.
Pa,
Paul, Paul, and Roach.
yeah, Pa, and Roach.
So, on the topic of new music, there is another one that I kind of I feel like there's a lot of been back and forth with online lately.
Hmm.
The new Tomb Mold. Have you listened to it?
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah. That was another album that was really.
There's a
big
lot
this
of
year.
back and forth about it online.
I will not. Say anything negative about that album. I want to say
No,
that
it's perfect.
it wasn't what I expected. I'll tell you that it wasn't what I expected, but it was a pleasant surprise with what it came out as. And they did. I hate prog. I'm sorry.
I'm not a big fan of it either.
And you know me, I take a hard fucking ignorant stance on this kind of shit sometimes, but I hate prog. I don't like prog. It's stupid. I own prog albums. I listen to them. I don't like them. You know, it's like something that I put myself through because I know you have to like listen to that shit sometimes.
Broaden your horizons,
You have to do it, like, you know.
Break up the monotony.
I would rather listen to Cisco's Thong Song than prog. Like, I would 100%. You could put Thong Song on repeat.
I mean, anybody would say that, though, I feel like.
I'd rather listen to that than all the weird shit they do in prog. It's so corny.
But that's such a good record.
But there was one song on that album, and that really, like, and it was the one. There are 2 songs on that album that stuck out: "Will of Whispers."
Yes.
And that is the one that starts off straight like acoustic, like jazz guitar. And then it gets badass. And then the other song that sticks out to me is Servants of Possibility on that album. And that one is the best song on the album.
Honestly, I think the title track is really good too.
I give it another listen. Those 2 songs stuck out to
me. Mean,
yeah, you got the whole thing.
Had to, bro. It's so good.
Yeah, that is a very good
album. So good. Like, I mean, when I first listened to it, I'll admit this. My first listen, I was like, this is weird. And then I listened again because I saw other people saying that online. This is weird. It's like, wait a second. Tomb Mold was always weird.
Yeah.
Tomb Mold was always weird.
Was my favorite album.
And I think this is my favorite one now.
Well, it was. That's what I'm saying. And I'd say it's a tie. Because when I listened to Planetary Clairvoyance, I compared it a lot to Undeath's Lesions of a Different Kind because it kind of came out at the same time. And it was, I would say it's in between Lesions of a Different Kind and fucking Hidden History of the Human Race. Tomb Mold, Planetary Clairvoyance is right there in the middle, in between those 2 albums. It has the space shit. It has the slammy riffs, like the good riffs, and then it has like a good theme, like concept that flows throughout, just like both of those albums did. So that's what I liked about that. But then they did I think it was, I hadn't heard Tomb of Infinite Manners when I heard Planetary Clairvoyance.
Oh, Manner of Infinite Forms?
Yes. What did I say? Tomb of Infinite Manners?
Because Tomb Mold probably. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I like Planetary a lot. Planetary was really good, and I honestly, I think Manor was still my favorite, and then Planetary.
Yeah.
But now that this one's out, this one takes the cake, man. This is a good record.
It's a fucking yeah, it's a great album. I won't say anything negative about it. Like
No way, man.
some
So
people,
good.
and that's coming from someone who hates prog. I fucking hate prog.
There's so much stuff on there that you would never hear any death metal band
Yeah.
really doing.
Oh yeah.
Never. And it's like super unique. I don't know, man. I can't give it enough praise because I knew it was another one that I knew was gonna be good, and then I listened to it. Like I said, that first listen was like, meh. Then the second listen, I was just floored when I actually got to pay attention to it.
Those guys are true musicians. Like
Oh, 100%.
that's like the thing that I like about that. It's not they're doing the same thing over and over again. Like they're not. I mean, some people like you look at Cannibal Corpse and like we were saying earlier, it's like some Cannibal Corpse albums, like they're all gonna be good, and it's
Right.
gonna sound like Cannibal Corpse, or it's gonna be a rehash of something they did, or like something in the
Yeah.
same vein. But like Cannibal Corpse, I feel like already came with the most insanely crazy technical guitar shit, like from the beginning.
Yeah.
And there really hasn't been like progression. There's been different tastes and flavors that we've gotten of the best guitar there is. But these guys fucking came out here and they fucking did it. They are progressing and it's a beautiful fucking album. You're right.
Oh, I love it, man. It's like I'll say it right now. I mean, I'm not giving away as many of my top 10 stuff this year because I really want it to be kind of a more of a surprise, but I will give away that one. It's going to be on that list.
Well,
That's obvious.
talking about that album, there's an album that my dumbass I should have been promoting this a week ago, and I'm a week late to talking about this. But
I'm curious now.
Second.
He got the Ceremonium t-shirt on and shit. What's he got over there? Is he going to show us his dildo collection?
Oh man, I fucking wish I had been talking about this like a week ago. I'm an asshole. I got this album a week early.
Oh,
Sadistic.
Is that
Force,
good?
Midnight Assassin. Oh, is it good?
I've only heard one
Does
song.
a bear shit in the woods?
Oh, they do.
This fucking the hardest song on this is it's called Nuremberg Nights, and that's not the single. This fucking album is so good. Black and thrash at its fucking finest. Sadistic Force with Midnight Assassin, currently available on vinyl at Goat Throne. Now this is
Fuck
an
yeah.
album. This is an album, and in the words of Uncle Ken, that you put on and it kicks your ass from beginning to end. It has that like it's everything that I love from black and roll.
Yeah.
Like and I'm a fucking black and roll. I love Hexea. I love Wolf Skull. I love fucking who's the other
Midnight.
band? Yeah, oh yeah, Midnight, of course. And there was one other fucking band. I can't think of the fucking name.
You should listen to Skeleton.
There's this one band that I listened to so much I destroyed the fucking cassette like case for it. And
Yeah, you should check out Skeleton.
I don't know why I can't. Hold on, I gotta find it. Give me a second. I'm gonna be digging over here for a second. Entertain the people.
Ooh, entertain the people. He's digging through his dildo collection again, guys. Which one is he gonna pull out? And where's it gonna pull out it from? Eesh. New topic. Look at him. What do you think he's thinking right now? Look at him go. There he goes. All right. Down to the bottom. No. 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 Oh, back up to the top. Here we go. Oh, to the side. Where is it? Where's it? Where's this freaking thing at? Oh, God damn it. Who is it? Here we go. Is this it? Is this it? He almost looks frozen, y'all. I don't know if y'all are watching this on YouTube or listening. He looks frozen. He's not frozen. Watch him come back with like the Barney sing along tape. If he does that, I'm gonna agree and say that it's the best. I'm just playing. He ain't gonna come back with that. What does he got? I wish I could kind of think of like who it was he was thinking of. Anyways, I talked about this band a little bit earlier. Orpherion. If y'all haven't heard this yet, go check it out. That might not be the best picture. Uh, Blood orgies beneath disgraced temples. Fucking beefy death metal. Beefy death metal. Fucking cool shit. Got that one from Stygian Black Hand. I'm pretty sure the CDs were also through Goat Throne. Pretty sure. So maybe go check that out. See what you think. It's some definitely like straight up serious shit death metal. Look at him. He's like, I can't find my favorite dildo.
I think I fucking lost this cassette.
What is it?
Hold on. I can see it in my mind, but I can't remember what it was called. Hold on. I got it from Goat Throne a while ago.
And
And
it was like black and roll.
yeah, I talked about it.
It wasn't Wolf Skull or Hexea.
No.
Oh, Nuclear Christ, bro.
No.
No.
Before that.
Oh, what? That was a Goat Throne release, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, that was Goat
It
Throne.
was something way before that. It was. They were a band that he told me about fucking way, way before.
I'm like trying to look at my tapes to see if it's something I have, but I don't have very much of that kind of stuff.
Trying to find it. What the fuck? Did he give it away? Black Jackal. Hold on. Do I not?
Black Jackal. Black Jackal. He's all going through his like receipts and shit. Yeah, he had it. He didn't see it.
Black Jackal Forever War.
Okay, let me see it. Let me see it. Yeah, that does look pretty fucking cool.
Silver.
I do like those fucking. I like when they do that. Ooh, that's nice.
Red tape. Upside down
Ooh,
crosses.
very nice.
Super cool.
Yeah, no, I like when they do that with the shells or the cassette case, and it's got it's like not see through.
Yeah, like it's badass to get something like that. It's like it almost feels kind of DIY, but like when it's you can't read this unless you like put it in the light too. Like
Yeah, I'm gonna have to listen to that one. I just noticed your ceremonium shirt when you got up. That's dope.
oh, you like my ceremoniums, huh? Yeah,
That's dope. That's dope.
Oh, I wonder who put me onto the ceremonium.
I'm pretty sure we talked about that in an episode one time because I thought they were a new band, but they weren't.
Yeah, they'd been around for a long time. You got me into them bad. Like, yeah, I really.
It was that one that was on Spotify. What the fuck was it? That it was like fuck was that one, man? That was such a good one.
Oh yeah, ceremonium, fucking into the autumn shade.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I heard that, and I really liked it. And I asked them, "Can I get a copy of Into the Autumn Shade?" And the guy was like, "Well, we're not doing those, but we're doing these demos." And I was like,
Into the Autumn Shade is sick.
dude, I was like, what? Let me get the demo. So I'm getting the demo. I got the demo. I got the T-shirt bundle. It's out right now. You seen it, right?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, it's a killer price too. I think it was like $20 for a fucking T-shirt with a fucking demo.
Yeah.
And stickers
So
or something else came with it too, I think.
so speaking of, I kind of want to go over something real quick. I've been thinking about when it comes to spending money on merch. Are you more likely to spend it on the up and coming bands who need it the most, or are you going to spend it on a band that, whether you buy a purchase from them or not, it doesn't make a difference because they're such a big band?
What?
So okay, let's think about it like
Sorry,
this.
you got to rephrase that.
Okay, so are you more likely to give your money to the underground DIY band in infancy stages trying to make a name for themselves, or are you more likely to give your merch money to a band that's like a bigger band that even if you don't give them your money, they're going to be just fine?
I would say all I
It's
got.
like a 50-50.
No, I want to say this. I want to put it like this. Nobody, and I will tell this to everybody. Nobody makes money in death metal.
Right.
Doesn't matter if you're the fucking band that's touring your fucking ass off going across the fucking US. It doesn't matter if
I'm
you're
I'm talking support wise, not financially.
well what I'm saying is it doesn't matter if you're obituary or if you're fucking what's a band that I can think of that's like um it doesn't matter if you're obituary or if you're anal stab wound. You are going to be making the same amount of money. The only difference between those two bands is that those bigger bands are touring and
Right.
they're putting in fucking work. Some people put in
Right.
their work in a 9 to 5 and they make their money, and some people tour their ass off and they make their money. But I'll tell you,
Right.
the people that are touring are not making enough fucking money to fucking survive, and I know that for sure because like they're probably making enough money. Well, they're making enough money to survive, but the amount of work that they're putting in, touring isn't fucking easy to do.
Right.
You know, like
So the point of why I ask
yeah.
is I've been not gonna lie, I've been going through a Morbid Angel phase
Oh
nonstop.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's don't ever feel guilty for supporting a band that
It's not
you
right.
know.
It's not that I feel guilty. It's who I would be giving. I guess I don't know. I look at it as like I can always find a repressed copy of Altars of Madness anytime I want.
Yeah.
Somewhere there's one, a repressed copy. I was looking at the ones on Earache, and if you look on the Earache web store, they actually have a box set of the first four Morbid Angel tapes.
How much is that?
$50.
Is it one of those fucking stupid earache things where you like 1,000 people need to pre-order it before
No,
they get it? They have them
no.
in hand.
It's like the Equinox box set. It's four tapes. It's the first four Morbid Angel tapes in one Morbid Angel box set.
They have them in hand.
I believe so.
On what
I believe
website?
so. On the Earache web store. That's where I'm kind of torn because I've been looking at that for a hot minute. But I mean, there's so many. I mean, I have friends in bands that I'd way rather give my money to.
Well, I mean, give them your money too.
Exactly. But like, I don't know, man. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Support the underground
It's
scene.
got domination.
Yeah, it's got the A, B, C, and D on tape
You know why you need to
in
get
a
that?
nice box
You know who produced that
because
album,
Morbid Angel
right?
fucking
You
rules.
know who produced
Those are the
Domination?
best. No.
Eric Rutan.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, because that's when he got in Morbid Angel, right?
Yep.
Yeah. No, those are my favorite records by them. Other than I also really like Gateways to Annihilation because I feel like it's very slept on.
I like Formula's Fatal to the Flesh
Yeah, that's a good
because
one.
Mike put me onto that one. He was like, I remember when this shit came out. I sent him something. I was like, check this out. And he's like, no, just listen to this. And he sent me Formula's Fatal to the Flesh. I listened to it and I'm
Yeah.
like, fuck, he's right. This is a
Yeah.
badass album.
Yeah, Morbid Angel does go pretty hard. I mean, honestly, I feel like they get more credit in the underground community than they do commercially,
Oh
I
yeah.
guess, as compared to like Cannibal Corpse or Dying Fetus or even Cattle Decapitation or names like that. But I don't know. Out of just those three bands, without Morbid Angel, would we have any of those bands as well? I mean, they all were kind of around the same time, but I mean, it's still Morbid Angel.
Morbid Angel is like they're a band that you can always fuck with. I mean, it doesn't matter. I pre-ordered Cannibal Corpse fucking everything out the ass every time they do some shit. And you know what? It all really comes down to if it catches my ear and if I like it. And or if a
Yeah,
friend's doing it. Like your project. I haven't even I mean I've heard you guys jam. I know it's going to be good. I know you love death metal.
I'm
It's going
so
to be a good
excited.
thing. I already know I'm going to buy that shit fucking before I hear it. I'm you already sold me on it. You know, sometimes it's the people that are in the band. Sometimes it's this
Yeah,
guy's doing a side project like Mike, you know, he did Warflurch. Okay, I buy everything Warflurch. Oh, plasmodulated? I don't even know what the fuck this is. I'm going to buy it. And then now it's a
yeah,
thing, you know,
yeah,
and look at Fluids, for example. You know, they did Trocar, you know, and then you fucking I had to get that demo like fucking
yeah.
before I even knew what the fuck it sounded like. I saw
Speaking of,
hmm.
they also came out with something on a split this year.
Did you get that?
I wish I did. I still haven't even heard it.
Oh man, yeah, it's good, dude. Fucking so they did, and it was sick because when I did the I think I sent you the copy of the mini disc that I bought from Rectal Purulence for
Yes.
the piled 3 that we did. They did
Yeah.
a Fluids May Vizzle like release on Rectal, and they did that with Trocar, and fucking it dude, fucking killer. Like badass artwork. The mini disc format is fucking sick. I need to get a
Yeah.
fucking copy of it. When I go down there and see those guys, I'm gonna ask them if they have a physical copy I could buy off of them.
Yeah, that's a split that I really wish I could have. I mean, if I want to listen to something, I usually just buy it,
Yeah.
especially if it's something that I really, really want to hear. If I don't like it, there's somebody that I know that will. But I didn't get around to getting that one, unfortunately. But I do want to hear it, and I know the Jesus Wept songs aren't even on Spotify.
Oh wait, you're talking about Fluids? Jesus Wept?
No, Jesus Wept in Trocar.
Oh, Jesus Wept and Trocar. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
White Room Torture.
that's
White
on
Room Torture.
Night Shift.
That's what I'm saying. I never got
Oh,
one
I
of
thought
those.
you were talking about the new Trocar release that came out on. There's another one that came out on Rectal Purulence. Yeah, it's
Oh,
like a new
okay.
single. Yeah. No, the split White Room Torture is fucking awesome, dude. I got the fucking T-shirt. I got the I Want to Be in a Gorka Lodge shirt that fucking came out, and then yeah, dude, this shit was hard as fuck.
Yeah, I still need to listen to that one. Jesus Wept is one of those bands that I always like. I know is good, and I don't listen to them for a while, and then I put them on when I think of them, and I'm like, man, why don't I listen to this more? This is fucking sick.
Oh yeah, that Jesus Wept, Psychedelic Degeneracy. They fucking that intro riff on that fucking first track is just so heavy, and it's just something that like that's what captured me with them. I remember I was listening to it while landing in Texas through a bunch of turbulence on a fucking plane and just being like, we're gonna fucking die. And like that shit came on, and I was like, at least I'm going out to some dope ass music.
Right? Yeah, I can't believe I didn't even bring that up. The Wrecking Ball trip is coming up next week.
Wrecking
We were
Ball.
talking about you leaving for Arizona. I got the Wrecking Ball trip next week.
Are they getting you a backstage pass this year? Because I reached out to them before it was announced and said, hey, Dirt Riffs told me Wrecking Ball's happening the week
Fuck,
of,
I wish, dude. That would be the
they
coolest
should.
thing.
I don't know why you do. Sam, I know you like the new Fluids May Vizzle album. Please give my man Dirt Riffs here backstage pass for Wrecking Ball. He is a #1 supporter. He's a chill dude, and he just loves all the bands that are going to be playing there in death metal. And can you just give him full access and a pass for the whole show and with backstage access? Just give him a VIP like lanyard.
I'm
I
not gonna lie,
asked.
I won't disagree with any of those
Yeah,
statements.
I
But
asked
you
Chad,
don't have to give me a pass because I do have a ticket.
and he
At
will.
least.
And that's the thing. He will gladly give his ticket away if you give him a pass, Sam. So
Hey,
I don't know if you're watching
that,
this or
that's
not.
I
I'm
think
gonna
that's
post
actually
this.
fair. If that happened,
Please,
I would give my ticket to
please,
somebody who didn't have one.
you like the Fluids May Vizzle album. Thank you for all the praise. And that was one of the coolest things that came out of that. album when it came out. When Sam said in an article, and I can't remember if it was for Metal Injection or Revolver,
I
but
remember seeing that. That was
yeah,
really cool.
Sam said that was one of her top albums for the summer of the year, and I'm like, yeah,
It's
like,
fucking
dude,
hilarious, dude. It's
dude,
hilarious. The beats slap. Like, man,
it meant so
I
much.
can't sing the praises on that one enough either.
It meant so much to me to hear that from somebody in a band that like I super look up to, and I'm
It's
just a
like
big fan
outside
of.
of your inner circle.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because all my homies
It's
are
a
like, "Oh,
fresh
this shit's dope."
perspective.
All my
Yeah,
homies
it's a
are like, they're gonna gas me up no matter what, and be like, "Yeah, it's good, it's good, it's good." You know, this is
but it's
hard,
a
bro.
fresh perspective, which is always nice.
Hey, I look like Robert De Niro right now. I got this like thing on my face. It makes me look like Robert De Niro. Looks like a mole.
Oh my god. Yo, I did think I don't know if it's on the agenda, but I did want to touch on another subject
What's
today.
going on?
It is October. Let's talk horror, bro.
You talk about whores?
Horror. Why
Oh
are we
yeah,
not talking about
I went
horror?
to I went to a fucking massage parlor once.
Yeah. Was it
Yeah.
dope?
Oh, it sucked. I went in there and I said,
I'm
"Hey,
sure.
I'm ready for everything." And
And they put their whole arm in you,
they
didn't
sent a
they?
dude in there.
Oh.
Yeah, and it was
Oh.
messed up because I was like, "All right, let's do it." And
He didn't even give you the
the guy was
massage.
like,
He
the
just
guy
went
said,
straight for the other thing,
no,
huh?
the guy said no. He said, "I'm not doing any of this." And I said, "It's okay. I'm John Travolta."
What did he say? Okay. Still no?
He said no, and I got John Travolta in a bunch of trouble because he went and said John Travolta was trying to get me to touch his dong.
Because he came in there later that day.
Yeah,
And they're
and
like,
well,
you were told not to come back.
the messed up thing is that you know John Travolta came in there later, but nobody actually came in there.
Ooh.
Yeah, but okay, so horror, yes, it's a good subject. All right,
It is a good
movies,
subject.
all
I
jokes
actually
aside.
just I renewed my Shutter subscription.
You're so lucky, brother. I can't even afford Shutter right now. That's how
Bro,
broke I
it's
am. I
$6.99.
spent all my money on Cannibal Corpse and
That's just
NFL
like
Sunday
Shutter.
Ticket
So
this year.
yeah, that's kind of like Shutter.
Yeah.
Kind of. I will say I've been adding some stuff to my list, and I got to revisit some movies that I haven't seen in a long time, and I got to see some that are kind of relevant in the music we listen to now that I had never seen.
Tell me about these films.
So we all know the black and white classic, Night of the Living Dead.
Ah, yeah, that's a good one.
That's a very good one.
I love that
That's a
movie.
very good one. And there's a lot of seller talk in the beginning. Let me just tell you that right now. I, 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 I found some stuff that I want to pull from that movie.
The cellar. Stay out
There's
of
a
the
lot.
cellar. Go
There's a
hide in
lot
the
of
cellar.
seller
It's
talk.
safe.
Yeah,
Like there's
yeah,
shit like that
right.
they say.
We are not going down in the cellar with that idiot. Like,
Yes. Yes.
yeah, like there's a lot of seller talk. Very good movie. One of those ones that I had to rewatch to remember how much I loved it, because when you haven't seen Night of the Living Dead in a long time, you're like, I already know. It's black and white. It's like the first zombie movie ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's very like, you can tell. I mean, but it's George Romero. You can tell they're like trying to figure out what they're gonna do with it.
It was groundbreaking. That
Yes.
movie's terrifying and so relevant to today. And you know what's funny? It was black and white, but it was at a time when color movies were coming out, and they just did that for the fucking fact
Right.
that he thought it was going to be a lot scarier if he did it that way, and he was right.
And it was.
And
He was
they're
right.
coming to get you, Barbara. They're coming to get you, Barbara. In the beginning, that's like
Yeah.
classic. I've heard that sampled somewhere. Like I love that movie, and the fact that they made the main character a black dude was like fucking groundbreaking at the time. It was like,
Yeah.
all right, we're gonna make this dude the fucking hero of this movie. But then there was
Yep.
also a lot of social commentary on there in that film about, because so if you watch that film and you see the fucking, and you see the fucking like you watch that and you're like, okay, this movie like had so much like groundbreaking like social commentary, all this different shit in it or whatever. And then fucking they made Dawn of the Dead, the sequel, which further expanded on that, where they're talking about consumerism and where do the zombies go? Oh, they go to the fucking mall because that's just what zombies do because people are zombies already. And then what happens at the end to the main character? Fucking there's a group of racist looking ass white people walking through the fucking thing and they shoot the guy, and it's everything that you're watching in that film that feels like it's supposed to mean something, kind of like, and they don't trust that dude, you know, and then the fucking child turns into a zombie. It's like it's all
very relevant to today.
It's what you're supposed to like. It's what it's pointing to, you know.
Yeah.
If you feel it, and that's what's great about that film. It's totally relevant today. It's never gonna fucking age out. It's always gonna be a great movie. Always gonna be.
It's always gonna be one of those like horror movie classics. And what I didn't know about this movie is, from what I understand from Shudder, what was supposed to be the sequel to Night of the Living Dead was The Crazies.
Really?
That was supposed to be the follow-up to, I don't know if I might have read it wrong, but from what I remember, it was supposed to be the follow-up to The Crazies, or Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
I tried watching it because The Crazies with the newer one, the remake.
Oh, that was
awesome
a good
movie.
One.
I love that movie.
I saw it.
Oh my god, it's so brutal.
The fuck out of me. Yeah.
Oh my god, it's brutal. It's such a good movie. But I tried watching this one, and I'm not gonna lie, maybe it was because I just wasn't fully paying attention to it because I'd already been watching movies for a little bit. But I couldn't. There wasn't as much horror to it. It was not what I was expecting. Maybe I'll have to try it again. But if someone out there watching this,
crazy enough.
No, it was not The Crazies that I'd already seen.
Yeah.
One more that I will mention that I wanted to mention because it's very particular to the music we listen to now is also a zombie movie. It's literally Zombie.
Man, I haven't seen it. Well, wait, are you talking about?
I'm talking about the one that Tropical Sun is about.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the underwater zombie fights the shark.
Yes. That that was a real doped up shark they used in that scene.
Yeah, I believe it.
That's a real fucking shark.
That looks like I want to say it looks very low budget, but at the same time, I don't exactly know how low of the budget is for like Fulci films. Because he does such a great job, honestly. Those were like every Fulci film I've watched recently is fucking awesome.
I got the backstory of that from my tattoo artist when I got Mike tattooed on my leg.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was talking about that.
What's the backstory?
Oh,
because I'm interested.
He was just saying that was the craziest fucking shit. Like about, well, it wasn't really a backstory. He was just like, that's like the craziest thing about Fulci is like that he did that shit with a fucking real shark, and they had a guy, and you could tell like that shark was doped the fuck up, and it's so intense, and like, yeah, that scene is just awesome. Like fucking, there's blood, and like the fucking shark like gets the dude, and you're just like, how the fuck did they do this? Like, how much exactly? Like, everything you just said. Like, how much did they
fucking weird?
It's
weird.
It's awesome to see though. Like, it's
very
just,
bizarre.
Yeah, like nothing was fake in those movies. I mean, like except for like the gore like scenes where they would show nasty shit, but like I really wondered how the fuck they made it so gory and like nasty. Like there's another film you should check out on there. And there's the next film you should check out is called The Black Cat. Have you seen that?
Yeah. I haven't.
So it's a movie about this black cat that just fucks everyone up, bro. It's a slasher movie, but it's a black cat.
What the fuck?
And the cat just kills everybody, dude.
Oh my god. That's a Fulci film?
And fucks people up. The cat just goes to town on everybody.
See, what I'm curious about is on Shudder they have like, because Fulci is like what I've always known as he's known for like his 80s films.
Yeah.
But they have some like 90s one. like a couple. I remember seeing one from the '90s on there, like Demonomania or something.
So the last film that he made that was a horror flick, and I forgot what it was called, but it's actually him, and he's playing himself, and it was kind of, I think it's what they based that Wes Craven's A New Nightmare on, because it was like him, but like all of like the shit is like coming to get him, like all the shit that he did like in the other movies and shit.
Okay.
So it's like a horror about like this dude going crazy, and I forgot what it's fucking called, and I haven't seen it, but I've heard about it.
The other one
And
I watched was House by the Cemetery. That one was top notch.
oh yeah,
Oh my god, 10 out of 10 easily. That's also another relevant one, at least for like music we listen to now. I mean, there's the Mortician record. You hear a lot of Fulci film samples in the music we listen to.
oh yeah, absolutely, dude. Those samples are fucking like
So cool, man.
uh,
I've always liked horror movies, but I've never actually like delved into them as deep as I have lately
yeah.
until now.
Oh
So
yeah, if you
it's
wanna,
been awesome.
man, you need to watch fucking there's this documentary In Search of Darkness 2. It's on Shutter, and that will be your web to show you like all the different ones that you need to watch, because what they do is they just get a bunch of different people and talk about like every fucking B movie that came out in between the 80s and 90s and give you like a quick little like synopsis of it and show a couple crazy scenes from them.
Hell
And it's
yeah.
like a fucking 5 hour documentary, but like
Fuck yeah.
it has every one of those flicks. Like there's one called Night. What was it? Fuck, I can't remember what it was called. It was like Night something. It's like this fucking. This is why I can't drink and do this show. Like, I just keep forgetting everything I'm trying to say, and mid sentence I keep forgetting. I need to like smoke some like fucking pot to bring me back, but I don't smoke. Um,
He just boofs it.
Night. Fucking what's it called? Night Monster. Night Terror. It's this movie about this fucking alien that lands on planet Earth and just fucks everybody up. And then he gets this fucking like laser gun and fucking just starts blasting everybody with this fucking laser gun. And it's like over the top gory, and he just fucks everyone up and disintegrates them and kills them all. And fuck, what the fuck movie? Alien that kills everyone. Night. What the fuck was it called?
It all brings up Thanos.
Yeah, no. This is
Wait, that was half of everyone. That's right.
Night Beast. That's what this flick is
Night
called.
Beast.
Yeah, fucking Night Beast, and he's so funny looking, dude. Yeah, that
one's That's a Fulci one?
No, this is just a 80s horror flick, and I think
okay.
it's on Shutter, I think.
And, okay.
Yeah, it's really good. It's a small alien spaceship is cruising around the solar system. It crashes onto Earth, and fucking the alien just comes out and starts killing everybody.
Fuck yes.
And that's all he does all night. The cops are coming to get him. Everybody's coming to get him, and he's just fucking everyone up.
I'd be about it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I'd be about it.
Yeah, Night Beast.
I'd watch that.
He looks like a Ninja Turtle.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I wish I could show you what he looks like. Let me see. Maybe I can
bring a picture of him. Bring a picture of him up.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring up a picture. Let's see, window capture. There we go. There's a Night Beast right here.
Oh shit. He looks like a fucking squished ass Howard the Duck in a Snickers bar.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's hella cheesy. Like,
yeah, it looks like someone took Howard the Duck's face and put a melted Snickers bar all over it and smashed his bill in.
Dude, you just gave the best description for anybody listening on fucking Spotify.
Straight up, bro.
Yeah. There's another one. I think it's called Psycho Gorman or some shit. Have you seen that one?
No.
Really?
Uh-uh.
Yeah, it's called Psycho Gorman. Oh man, you gotta watch this flick, dude. If you haven't seen it, it's on Amazon Prime Video. Um,
I fucking love Halloween time, man. This is
dude.
the best time. The
All right,
best time.
before you watch Night Beast, before you watch anything, watch this movie called Psycho Gorman.
Okay.
It's the best. It is the best flick that you're gonna see in, and it was made like in 2021. And so what it is it's
What the fuck?
this fucking weird ass thing crashes like in the fucking backyard of these two kids, like backyard or whatever, and they fucking they go out there and they find this fucking thing and they get this like stone or some shit, and this guy comes out of it, like he erupts out of it, and what his mission is to do, he's this alien, and his mission is to kill fucking everybody on Earth, like, but this little girl finds the fucking stone that controls him, so he has to listen to everything that she tells him to do, and she's like a bully, like she's punking her brother and shit, and
Yeah.
it's the funniest fucking movie, dude. Like they punk the dad so much in this movie.
What the fuck?
Like the dad's watching TV and like they're just doing stupid shit. It's so funny. Like they destroy the TV, and oh god, it's, I don't want to spoil it too much, but the way that they do the special effects in this movie, like none of it's like CGI. It's all fucking like practical, like like the Ninja Turtle movies from the 80s. Like it's all real shit they do, and it's so fucking funny, dude.
Dang. Psycho Gorman.
Yeah, Psycho Gorman, you have to watch
I'm
it
gonna watch that one.
like ASAP.
I'm watching that.
Like that's
Yeah,
that
I'll
is
probably watch that one tonight.
it's
I'll have
funny.
to add it to my list too.
I think it might be on Shutter too. But it is, it's a feel good ass movie. I rented it and I watched it like 3
10
times.
out of 10?
10 out of 10, 11 out of 10.
What, like you would own the movie?
Oh, you know what? I'm ordering it right now on 4K UHD.
It's like I just remembered. I will order it now.
Yep. How much is it? They don't have it on 4K UHD. I only
Dang.
buy shit on 4K UHD.
Yeah, right. It's 2023, dog.
Because I'll just stream it if I fucking can't get it on 4K UHD. But I actually just bought Texas Chainsaw Massacre on 4K UHD.
Which one?
The original.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I love
Yes.
that movie. I could talk all.
Me too.
We could have a whole episode about that movie. Fucking. Maybe
Oh,
next
dude,
week we'll,
just horror movies in general, man. Like,
we need to unload it. I gotta get Murder Bar in here next week. I'm gonna
I agree.
message him.
I agree.
Next Thursday night, we're gonna do a fucking horror special with Murder Bar.
Actually, next Thursday I'll be in Texas.
Oh fuck. Well, we'll plan it then. So that
We'll plan one. We'll plan one.
We
We'll
gotta
plan one.
this. Dirty Death. I think we've been going for like 2 hours now, or like an hour and a half.
I
gotta
think so.
cut it short. I am drunk and sweaty, and I need to take a shower and get ready for
Fuck
my
yeah,
flight
that's
tomorrow.
hot.
That's vacation mode for you. You know you're on vacation when the second you get home and you kick off your shoes and shower, you get to drinking. That's vacation, baby.
Yep. Vacation time, brother. Vacation time, brother.
Yep. Well, if you want to send us off.
Fucking A, man. It has been a pleasure. Do we want to do a quick recap? I mean, we got the opposing jerseys on.
Yep. Yeah.
You know, we decided quick recap real quick. Dying Fetus, between Dying Fetus and Cannibal Corpse, who was better? By unanimous vote, it was Cannibal Corpse.
Yes.
Only
yes.
because I picked both. I'll also mention that. Anything we any last thoughts on any of that? Anything tonight? What else did we talk about? New Tomb Mold, great. Yeah. Stygian Blackhand, go check out that label. Go check out all the labels, every label.
Sadistic Force. Yeah, Midnight Assassin on Goat Throne Records. Big shout
check out Frozen
Eric
Screams, check out Goat Throne. All these labels we talked about tonight all have great stuff.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Spend your money whether you're a big band or not.
Yeah, spend your money on every band.
On whatever you want.
Or if you don't want to spend your money on music, what you can do is you can subscribe.
Buy weed. Oh.
No, well, you can't do that. Or you can subscribe to us on Patreon and we don't really have any content up there yet. But you can give us your money, and then we can buy music and talk about it.
Bam,
For
there you
now,
go.
we're gonna have
Cheers
content
to
on there
that.
soon. Once I figure out how we're gonna do it. But
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
It's vacation time, brothers.
it's vacation, baby. I'm going to bed.
Cheers.
Cheers, my friend.
Peace out.